Is trouble ahead for the Tesla Model S? Welcome to your Tuesday lunch break. I'm Sara Murray. Consumer Reports says its long-term testing of the Tesla Model S is turning up some problems you wouldn't expect from a $90,000 vehicle. Here to fill us in is Consumer Reports' Jeff Bartlett. Jeff, thanks for being here.
No, my pleasure.
So what kind of issues did you run across when you were driving this car over the longer term?
Well, we have held on to this car longer than we typically do. We're over 15,000 miles now. We've run into a couple very Tesla-specific issues, such as a problem with the door handles not coming out of the door, so allowing you to open them. And another one, we had a problem with the large screen in the center of the dash not working. Now, when that goes dim in a Tesla, that means you can't use many of the controls. So that was a source of some concern.
Now, I imagine these seem like mainly annoyances, but what do you think? Are these big enough that they're a reason not to buy the car?
Well, they certainly wouldn't dissuade most people from buying a car. And really, something that is such a technological tour de force, you're going to expect a little glitch here or there. And the good thing is that Tesla takes great care of its customers. It comes out to your home, and picks up the car, leaves you a loaner. Many of the updates it's able to make over the air, so you don't have to go to the dealership. So even if there is a problem or two, the ownership experience is generally far better than with many other brands.
And Jeff, it's worth pointing out that Tesla has said that they're aware of these problems and they think that, the more versions they come out with, the better they're getting at addressing them. But when you talk about the customer experience, when you go to Tesla and say, hey, here are the problems my $90,000 car is having, do they fix those for free, or how does that work?
Well, first, I think the customer that owns one of these very innovative products is going to be a little more forgiving than perhaps the guy that just scraped together to buy a very basic car. What they say is Tesla takes good care of the customers. Their communication is good. They make it very convenient. So if you have a problem, it's not the same level of inconvenience it may be with other cars.
Now, you guys are part of the reason that this car gained such popularity. You gave it a 99 out of 100. It's the highest score you guys have ever given to a vehicle. Is this going to change at all if you guys keep driving this over the long term and there are more problems, or is that ranking, kind of made in gold, not going to change?
Well, it's very important to separate the idea of the overall test score, which is based on more than 50 tests that we do at our track, and reliability. Our experience never impacts our reliability ratings. Those are strictly based on a vast quantity of owners. And right now we're analyzing our latest reliability data to see how the 2014s have held up, and also to see how the previous model years have done over a longer period of time. We'll have that information available this fall, and we are very interested to see if others are having problems like us, or perhaps we're just a random anecdote.
And it's worth noting that their stock price yesterday hit an all-time high, but since some of these issues are cropping up, it's actually down a little bit today, just a little bit more than 1%. So you already said you guys kept this car longer than you normally do. Does this sway your plans to keep it for even longer?
Well, we're frankly enjoying the car so much that I don't think we have any plans to sell it soon. Typically with the car, we'll only own it for a portion of a year for testing and video purposes, and then we'll need to trade it in order to buy the next. But this one's been so interesting for us. The staff loves driving it, and we're gaining some interesting technological insights as well.
Yeah. Jeff, really interesting report. Thanks for joining us.